Welcome everyone to Arts Crafts and Everything in Between. I am your host, Eileen, aka Eileen the Little Crafter. Additional information about my podcast and my 2 YouTube shows can be found on my website, eileenthelittlecrafter.com. I am so sorry for being MIA. I just needed a break from podcasting for a little bit. And I hope that you guys forgive me and that you will still continue to support me. And I hope that you enjoy today's podcast. Today's podcast is all about what's it like to be a YouTuber. YouTubers have made it kind of, the well-known YouTubers made it known socially, to be cool. Let's just kind of put it out there. You see YouTubers now online doing and sometimes even on television now, where they are doing commercials for like Target or Colgate. Michelle Phan, who is a huge YouTuber, has her line, and I can't remember the makeup line. And also Michelle Phan, I forget the other YouTuber's name. The huge YouTubers had like these awesome billboards, and I didn't get a chance to see them all. I should have snapped a Photoshop, a photo, not a Photoshop, of what it's, like how cool it is to be a YouTuber. It is and it isn't. YouTubers kind of, we are, depending on your status, it's kind of like you have to produce a video every day for like years in order to get certain status. And sometimes some YouTubers just blow up just like that. I don't know what it is. And that's great for them. For me, I cannot be, as much as I would love to, I cannot produce a video every day. That's just something I cannot do. Like, I've seen some crafty YouTubers who do a video every 2 days, and I'm like, wow. Like, I tried, and it's just really, that's just hectic scheduling. Like, it's just, because you gotta, you put so much time in thinking about a product or a series that you think that would be, interesting for other people to watch. Then you gotta sit down and you gotta edit the video, in terms of whether or not if you're gonna do a voiceover or edit it in terms of, okay, you need a caption here, or you need to add this here, or you need to fast forward, or you need to cut this out. So I have to say, it is a lot of work. So, I wanted to try to produce something every day. I wanted, and I did. At one point, I really did. I made, tried to make a video almost every day when I was on, Tanami Rose's, design team, and that's Daisy Collins. I hope I'm saying her last name right. I'm sorry about that. When I was on Daisy's, design team, because I really wanted to promote her, and I wanted, to make a good presentation for her and for my channel as well, so it is what it is. And then, okay, so let me rewind about this. Being a YouTuber is basically, fun, I think, in my opinion, and a lot of work, but it is fun. I don't care what people think of me socially in terms of that. It's a hobby, and yes, I do monetize my videos, but I am not making any money. Again, that's because you have to literally make a video every day for the rest of your life. And again, that is not something I am comfortable doing. And for those who do that, good on you and congrats. inspires others, and you guys are fun to watch. And yeah, so that's my point of that. So you're probably wondering, how do you, like, the technical stuff, like how do you have a get a channel or have a get a wah 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 channel on YouTube? Okay, so it's really simple. All you do is go to yahoo.com, I mean not Yahoo, youtube.com, and then you either sign in or you make a channel. You can have a Google account or a Gmail account, and you can connect it or you don't connect it. I connected mine because I was tired of the HK Star Eyes, but now I can't change it to the little crafter. So I would really, Eileen the little crafter, I really would highly suggest you guys think about a name really clearly. HK Star Eyes was a name, and I had I think it was Getting to Know Me. I was tagged in a video. Anyway, I had to answer a couple of questions, and one of the questions is, how did you choose your YouTube name? And the reason why I choose my YouTube name was, I was a CBer, which is a hand radio. This is basically before the internet. I don't even know how to explain this to people these days. You know what truckers use on their rigs. So I had one. Well, technically it wasn't mine. It was my mother's, and she had a handle, as they call it, or a name. And later on, when we started getting interested in it, me and my two other sisters, they gave us names as well. So mine was Star Eyes. And basically, we were known as the Star family because everybody had like Star in front of them, pretty much, in front of their name. And then, as I grew older, well, not grew older, grew, yes. As I got older, I decided, when the internet came around, I was going to use that name, but Star Eyes was already taken, even using my birth year, so I had to figure out something else. And then I wanted to use Hello Kitty, so that wasn't working. So I put HK Star Eyes, and it worked. So that basically became my username for like AOL. What else? A couple of other things. And then I decided that when I made my videos, I was just going to use that name. But then as time started going on, and as I started trying to cultivate my channel and what I wanted it to be about and how I wanted to present myself, watching other YouTubers who were kind of more professional, I was just kind of like this newcomer who I just kind of was like unfinished. Like the ends needed to be, curled in and things like that. It just needed some polishing, and once I saw how these other amazing crafters were presenting themselves, I think, that's nice. I like it. I really do. I think it's very fun, professional, and it seemed right. It just, something about it it clicked with me immediately. And so that's when I came up with the Little Crafter Show. Because I knew that I wanted a blog, but I wasn't going to call HK Star Eye Blog, or the Crafters Blog or something like that. I wanted to have a name that set me apart from everybody. But then later on, I found out that as I was trying to get the name for, I think was my website, or just Google myself, I found out that there was another crafter show, on the Little Crafter Show. And the reason why I came up with that name was literally because of my height, and because it's just a little part of my life, I'm like 4'9". So that's how I came up with my name. So that's just something about you, if you wanted to pick a name, so you guys can think about things like that. Like, what really speaks to you? What will set you apart? What is it that you like? Like, do you like stamping? Is it, do you like crafting? Do you like your name? Do you want to change your name? Like, the little crafted world, like, you can Google things that you are interested in and see, okay, there is a name out there already, but how could you make it yours without technically stealing an idea? Because I do have a website, and I'm like, I can't just put the little crafter, because then people might go to their site, and I'm like, So that's why I just kind of put my name in front of it, and I was like, well, that's that. I mean, it is what it is. So, and I honestly, I don't think that it's being vain. I just think that it's something where, you are trying to set yourself apart. And for me, my thing is crafting. I craft a bunch of different stuff. I do mixed media. I do scrapbooking. I do every once in a while Project Life. I do card making, so it's not just one particular thing, like, mini albums or stamping, it's a bunch of things that I do that I thought I wanted to incorporate, even though, like, let's say if you do just say, Eileen's Stamping World, even though it's just about stamping, maybe you can have like a segue into scrapbooking or something, or mixed media or something like that. You can still use it. I just wanted something, like I said, that spoke to me, and crafter just spoke to me. That's basically, what I decided to use. So the name is important. Pick one. And here's the thing. Once, in the beginning, it's going to be a little frustrating because, YouTube made it so that you have to have a certain number of viewers in order to get a custom URL. Now, a URL is basically what your website, the top of your, when you like Google, google.com or youtube.com, the eileenthelittlecrafter.com. I personally do not like that. I think that you should be able to pick the first time around, get a personal URL, and maybe even for a fee, if you have to change it, then change it, so that basically helps YouTube out, and it also helps yourself out. That's just my personal opinion. I've seen how they say change it, and I really have to, when they email them and ask them, hey, I really need to change this, and this is what I want to do, and I'm reading, and I'm not understanding what it is you're trying to tell me. So yeah, I definitely have to get on that really quickly, because I do want my URL to be eileenthelittlecrafter.com, or I don't know, we'll figure something out, but in any case, so what was I saying? Okay, so you get a custom URL. I think when you make a new channel, I've been thinking about that, like just deleting the channel that I have and just starting over again. But all those videos, yeah, and all the podcasts, no. I did that once by accident. I erased, and good thing I had everything. And so I was able to reload a lot of the videos that I had on my channel, but now I don't, so I definitely do not want to do that again. And that's another thing, you should try and keep your footage in case of whether it's on your computer or on an external, I think external drive, that's the word, an external drive. So take good photos. Lighting is key. That's another thing. Another pet peeve of people. Lighting. You can buy lighting. If you look up on Amazon, lighting, tripods, boom arms. I got a boom arm that was supposed to be, I think, for lighting, but I use it for my camera. It's kind of huge, so you may not. They also have how to make. I forgot kind of pipe? PVC pipe. They have a bunch of YouTube videos on that as well. How to make a tripod or a boom arm out of PVC pipe, which was much cheaper. So yeah, so that's another idea you guys could think about, because you really want to have your camera overhead as much as possible. If you have it in front of you, which I used to do, sometimes it's a little bit wonky, and some people can make it work, but for me, I just felt like no, it wasn't working for me. So I needed a boom arm, and then I just flip my footage with my editing software. YouTube does have editing software, so that's another thing you can use. I use Windows Movie Maker. It's an older version, but it works. What else? And let's talk about cameras. There's a lot of different cameras, but the one that I use is the CyberShot. I forgot which model this is. But I use the CyberShot because I watch a lot of videos, and one of my favorite vloggers are basically daily vloggers, who vlogs basically. They blog about their life through video. That's what it is. That's what it boils down to. Judy and Benji Travis from It's Judy's Life. They have a camera. They gave a bunch of good information in terms of like lighting, what kind of cameras they use for their daily vlogs, for her makeup. Her makeup channel, so I was like, I love the quality of their videos, so I decided to choose an older model of the CyberShot. And the cool thing about the CyberShot was that I didn't know this at the time. It had a app, so you can literally see what you are doing as you're filming. So I was like, you can control your camera with your phone, and I didn't know that. And I've heard of that you can do that, but I didn't know you can do it with that particular camera. And I was like, yes! So I have my camera and hooked up, and then I use my phone to make sure that I am in focus. So I would get something like that, something with a viewfinder, something with an app, so you can see, you can use your what is it, your tablet, your iPhone, your iPad. Some people literally use their iPads to film a video, or you can use your iPhone. They have adapters, to film, to help you. That's not what I want to say. To help you connect your phone to your tripod. So that is another option. I always use Amazon. eBay is another place you guys can search. And sometimes if you see people who do things like that, I literally just ask them. Don't be afraid to ask, because it could help you. It really could make you a world of difference for you in terms of filming and, just opening up your horizons. It's always good to learn something new every day. And being a YouTuber, I learn something every day about what works for me, what doesn't work for me. But in terms of that, even though you want to be in a certain category, my best advice about being a YouTuber is work on your own schedule and have fun. Yes, it may be you may want to be or use it as or whatever. I can't even talk right now. You may want to try this as a business, and it may not work the first time around. It may, really flop. And you have to start all over and try again. So, yes, you may try and model your channel after certain YouTubers, and that's okay, you know, but be yourself, be general. Like, I knew that I wanted to have a name. I knew that I wanted to have something that set me apart, and I wanted it to what's the word that I'm looking for here? Like I said, my show needed, you know, a direction. I wanted it to have a direction, and I wanted it to be more professional and more fun. So that's what I set out to do. And after I saw, like, everyone having a name for themselves, of blogs, and, you know, trying to really promote themselves, I said, I need a name. I need a name that's going to be professional. And everybody, oh yeah, I know that person. Oh, you know, oh yeah, this person, you know, and an easy name to remember. That was the other thing that I wanted, to use, and something fun. So that was the reason why I chose that. Once that happened, then it was all me. It was like, okay, now I got this. I understand pretty much the concept of this, and I just need, you know, the camera. Okay, the boom arm. I think my lighting's okay. And if you guys ever watch my videos on my lighting, is it okay? Then, you know, please correct me. In a nice way, please. I really hate it when people come up with nasty comments. I just kind of don't. I mean, I answer them as nicely as possible, you know, but, you know, deep down inside, I really don't. But, you know, I don't like to cause any waves, but that's oh my goodness, that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, because I've been called too nice. You know, you need to like really be nasty. But if I have to come out my face, you know me, I'll come out my face. But that's a whole nother ball game. Okay, so once that happened, once, you know, you get everything done, you get your channel, and I would really highly recommend you read as much as possible, because there are some copyright issues, about music. They are a lot of, and YouTube already has this, so that's another pretty good thing. So that's another reason why, you may hear some videos having the same music, because they are really cracking down on, you using, music from, like, artists, you know, that, you know, copyright issues. So yeah, I think it's like 2 videos or 3 videos that, that can't, well, one of them I wasn't going to monetize anyways, because that was a performance from my son's show, and I was not going to monetize that one. That's just a personal one that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to put it up and share with everybody. The other one was kind of like a vlog of the city, and because a lot of people have asked me, you know, out of state, oh, what's it like to live in New York, or, you know, what's it like here, what's it like there, and I'm like, you know, so every once in a while I'll try to put up a video or so. And one day the music was on, so I basically was like, okay, well, it is what it is. The other one, I tried to fix it, and I couldn't fix it, so I'm just like, okay, well, you know what, I'm done. It is what it is, you know. So that's the reason why. I'm sorry, I need a sip of coffee. I am so loving this coffee. Anyways, I get it from my local cafe. I think it is a vegetarian cafe. It's called Routine, and it's called the Routine. Was it fall or autumn latte? Really, really good. Anyways, so I would just make videos that, you know, are fun and interesting to you, and then see who likes it or doesn't like it, you know. I mean, I have like 8 videos. I just counted them just for the heck of it. I think it was 8 or 9 videos, or maybe even 11 videos that I got a couple of thumbs down, and I was like, oh well, it is what it is, you know. And the reason why I counted them was because I didn't realize that I had that many dislikes, and I was like, how many more? So I just went through them, and I just looked at the videos, and I was like, oh snap, okay. So I think I forgot who was that I told, that I said once I get a dislike, I'm gonna make a video of me dancing. So I might just do that. I'd be like, okay, eight, or you know, some dislike videos. But and you are going. The other thing is, it's just that even though you may get a bunch of dislikes, remember they are something that's called trolls. Yes, my friends, let's talk about the trolls. The trolls are people who just go about, you know, disliking your videos just for the sake of disliking you. Because they have nothing better to do. You also will get comments if you go on camera. If you are a heavyset person, you will get every now and again that you are fat. I even got one that couldn't even spell the word fat, and I just laughed. And I just basically said, oh, thank you for your comment. All comments are welcomed. What I really wanted to say was, you know what? Tough luck. I wanted to leave a nasty comment, but you know what? It's not even worth fighting over stupid comments. Because how do I put this? Honestly, they don't matter. I mean, yes, they are your viewers, but you are trying to produce a good quality video that at the end of the day will make you happy. And sometimes those nasty comments can be coming from people who are just trying to ruin your sunshine. So that's another thing you have to remember about this. You know, it has its bad sides, it has its negative sides, and it has its catty side, you know, where people talk about dirty nails, oh, your space isn't clean enough. I've heard that, like, your nails. I mean, because sometimes when you're crafting, you know, you get smut underneath your nails, and you probably didn't wash it properly, or sometimes it just didn't come out, you know. So that is really nasty. Or your pedicures is what is it? What was the one that people were talking about? Chipping nails. Really? Come on. It's not a Broadway play. It's not on TV, you know, or whatever the case may be. And even if it is, hello. Sometimes perfection, in my opinion, is overrated. I've heard also about, oh, this isn't crafting, like, oh, or this isn't mixed media because you use a certain product, or a project or something that you're working on is not really a crafty thing, you know. I forgot what item, what hot new item was that, that there was just some drama over it. That people were divided whether or not if this was considered crafting or just, I forgot what else, what was said, but yeah, so that was just something that it just, you know, it is what it is. If you really like what you're doing and you're having fun and you are sharing a new technique or tip, even if it's a technique that you saw but you have a different idea or do it in a different way, by all means, I think that you should share it. You know, I don't think that being a YouTuber is a star. I think that being a YouTuber is just someone who makes videos to share and have fun with the world. So I don't see it as being a superstar. I don't see it as having fans. I don't have people coming up to me and say, oh, that would be extremely weird. I really wouldn't know what to do with myself if that happened to me. Seriously, like, I would be freaking out, be like, did that just happen? I actually think I would have my husband, like, film that, like, you gotta film this, you serious? Somebody recognize me. But yeah, no, it must be extremely weird. And but I think that it's it's a fun thing, you know. It could be fun thing, and yes, you can make money off of it. But I don't think that you should think of it that way. I think that you should think of it as something where it's it's something that you enjoy doing, and it's just not a business. If you wanted to see it as a business, then you have to do a video almost every day, or every other day, or every 2 days. You definitely would have to tweet, Facebook, Instagram, like really, really every other day about a project or upcoming idea or video or something. And if you're going to do a series, like let's say my series that I was doing for a little bit, Mixed Media Monday, you got to try and do it consistently or every year. Like I know that there are crafters out there that have a Christmas series, and they do 24 cards. That is insane. And I think they videotape videos 2 days a week. That is insane. That is really, really insane. But they're beautiful works of art, and if they can do it, more power to them. And here's another thing that I really, that is, I'm not going to leave this on a negative note. The one thing that I do not like is, how do I phrase this? Because I heard a comment about, someone trying to critique another crafter's work because they use too much embellishments. If you don't like it, honestly, don't say anything. Like, just don't put a comment, or don't even, okay, fine, yeah, you run the risk of, and also okay, don't put a comment and don't put a thumbs down. And with that being said, the other part is just that we have to have tough skin, and we have to deal with the negative comments and the negative thumbs down. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that regard. But just read everything, try and ask a lot of questions. If you guys want to ask me questions, I'll be more than happy to try and give you guys any info that I can. It is fun, it is exciting, and it is a lot of work at times, depending on where you want to take it from. Even just like, let's say for me, like even editing a video, because I have a certain idea in my head, and sometimes for me, honestly, I think that for me and maybe for you as well, we have to let go of that sometimes and say, okay, you know what, we did the best that we can. It may not be the best video, but it is something, and we want to share it. And believe it or not, sometimes those videos are the best videos. So, or sometimes they don't get any views, and you're like, So it's a learning experience, all the time that you make a video, it's a learning experience that, you learn, like I've always said, you always learn, you need to learn something every day. And for me, depending on the views or which way how it goes, I try to learn from it, like, oh, I should have done this, or I could have done that. Try and just work on something, or even with a project itself. Oh, next time add less of this or more of this, or try this technique. So you take away, what it is that you need from it, and you put out the next project with a happier, bolder face, and you give it your all. Not saying that you didn't give the last project your all, it's just a different, you're starting from scratch. Just put it that way. You're starting from scratch, and you're gonna give it your all and do even better the next time around, and that's all you can do. It's like you can do better, but feel like, hey, I had fun. I think that's the message that I really want to put out there. That it's about having fun. It's about producing and sharing what you love, what you learned, your spin on it, your creativity, and just be yourself while you're on camera. Even if you mess up or you slip and say a bad word or you know, these things happen. It's real life. It's not, you know, I don't know. It's not one of these fake reality stuff TVs thingamajigs, even though they claim it's real. Yeah, okay, whatever. So that's basically what it is like to be a YouTuber. Well, that's my perspective of being a YouTuber. I should say. So I should say that what is my perspective of being a YouTuber. So that's what I'm going to put on the title of the show. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed the show. And again, if you have any comments or questions, please, you know, email me. My website has a space where you can email me at, and on the social media site section of my social media site of section of my video, I'll leave the link down below, and I'll leave the link down below to my channel and my other channel and all that good stuff. So thank you again for being patient. I will try and see you next Thursday. And if I don't see you before then or hear from you or yada yada yada, happy Halloween. Bye for now.